YouTube, what's good? It's your girl Jess. I'm back. Did you miss me? I missed me because, wow, this week has been hell. I just want to talk about some things that, we need to talk about, which is always everything in the LGBT community because we got a lot of problems. Before I dive into the subject, I really just want y'all to go ahead and follow my new Instagram, and if you can do me a favor, try to reach out to Instagram any way you can. Tweet, support request, anything, and tell them you want Kill 'Em With Kindness back and reactivated. That would really help me a lot. I've cried so much this week about the fact that my page has been disabled for no reason, and somebody has some type of vendetta out there for me to, just not have a page. So my page is out there. Instagram has control of it. I just need to get a hold of Instagram to get my page back. But go ahead and follow my backup page and please help a girl out. So LGBTQIA, blah, 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 all those, labels that we've given ourselves and created for our own community has caused a lot more trouble than we should have in the first place. I think it was designed to give us more clarity in the community and help us define ourselves in ways that, haven't existed, and also to, comfort people who aren't in the community. Cis people. One of the biggest reasons I feel like this should not exist in the first place is because all of this doesn't really matter. Like, I know it does, but it really doesn't. Like, if you just look at everything that exists in this society and the world that we've created for ourselves to, be more comfortable and create a standard of living and just labeling things, money, names, letters, all that stuff doesn't really exist. We've created these things to communicate better and to give us a product so that we can, exchange and do all these things that we haven't been able to do unless they existed. All those names are something that we've made up, right? So this is something that didn't exist before. We created it on our own, and now it's become a bigger problem than it was because of the way that we're transforming it and abusing it, not only within the cis community, but within our own community. I feel like a lot of us are using it against each other and making us feel worse about each other by the labels that we give ourselves or don't give ourselves. So within my own community, I'm labeled as stud, butch, queer, masculine, lesbian, all these things that I've embraced, but I don't think they define me as a whole, which I will dive into in a second. And then on the other side of things, you got the heterosexual norms, which is, oh, you're an actual guy, you're trying to be like a guy, you're a man, you're a sir. I have two different societies and groups labeling me as what they perceived me to be, which anybody who is young, and I know a lot of you are young, are coming out and trying to be themselves, are gonna find a lot of problems with both of these communities, which is causing a lot of internal struggles with a lot of people when it comes to gender identity and expression. So when it comes to our own community, you have a lot of people who are coming out and then all of a sudden researching all these labels and certain things on YouTube or whatever and trying to understand where they fit. So it's kind of like reinventing yourself and then trying to put yourself back in a box all over again. As in, if you were straight before you discovered that you were gay or bisexual or whatever, and you defined yourself as a girl who, was just a girl, cisgender, just very straightforward, but you never really felt okay with that identity. So that leads people to be like, oh, now I am gay, now I'm bi, now I'm trans, and all these things that they are discovering themselves as, and then they find, oh, well, I need to identify that and then do exactly what those people are doing. That's problematic as fuck. Whatever people are putting out there on YouTube, Instagram, social media that are doing those things and are labeling themselves as that, they feel like, oh, okay, well, that's what I have to do. That's exactly what I did, and that's exactly what I see a lot of people do when they first come out. Okay, well, if you want to be defined as butch or stud, you gotta wear masculine clothes, you have to act really aggressive, you have to be dominant in bed and dominant with your partner, you have to date feminine women, you have to. When I tried to label myself as a stud for a second, there was a lot of people saying, oh, well, you are not a person of color, which I am, but I'm not visible enough for me to be considered that. So when I first came out and I did all these things, I was like, okay, here's the list of what I have to do and who I have to be. I have to check myself when it comes to certain other labels. I'll finally fit in, I'll finally be accepted in this community that I feel like will bring me to a better understanding of myself, and I'll feel whole, right? So the first year or two when I did that, I was exactly that. I wore a lot of, tees like this, I wore a lot of snapbacks, I tried to purposely deepen my voice, I tried to purposely be more aggressive, I tried to hide the femininity side of me, and I really tried to just fit into this box that was socially acceptable within the LGBT community. Once I realized that I had a lot more to me, and I missed that feminine side to me, and I realized that a lot of people don't like labels as much as I don't like labels, I was like, okay, now I get it. You know what I mean? And that took a lot of years of acceptance. But for me to tell you this now and giving you this key to be like, here you go, you don't have to label yourself right now. You don't ever have to, especially if it doesn't make you feel comfortable. Not only will this save you physically, but it will also, just help you feel better within in everyday life. Mind you, in no way am I saying that like these labels are bad for us and you should not label yourself at all, or you should not, you know, respect somebody's pronouns or anything like that. That is totally fine too. I get that. What I do have a problem with is a lot of people who associate the label that a person may give themselves to all the things that are standard or stereotypical of that label. And then they bring that on them immediately and judge them based on what they're expressing themselves as. So within the community that I fit in, I feel like a lot of us expect a lot of other dykes and masculine, lesbian, and butch women to be very aggressive with each other, clap each other up, say bro to one another. We don't do anything that's too gay, you know what I mean, even though we are gay as hell. Overall, you can label yourself whatever you want to label yourself. You can be whoever you want to be. You can love whoever you want to love, because that's really what our community is about. We've developed the names, we've developed the standards, we've developed the stereotypes, and we've created the bias within our own community. So we can equally take that all out and flip it on its head if we just, you know, do it. So love yourself for who you are, express yourself the way that you are, and stop trying to recreate the spectrum in ways that makes other people feel comfortable. There's so much. There's so many people out there. Every person I meet is different. And that already speaks a lot of volumes. We need to be the most open and accepting community out of all the communities. We really need to be, because we have fucking rainbows and we're all about love. We're gay. We're happy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're really about, and we need to stay that way. This has been another video from your gay big sister. I love y'all. Stay gay, stay happy.